inside the Thomas and back in a damn run. Nellie Miller, #1 in the world. She'll be back in with us. Nellie won the world title 2 years ago. And a great start to this run right here.
Yeah, she's riding the Great Horse sister, and I love this little run mare. Man, oh man, what a way to start it off. 13-9 and sub 14. That looked pretty good.
Yeah, you got the top gals right off the bat. This is really going to set the stage. Haley Kinsel, she was a house on fire here a year ago, winning it all, world champion, and not what she wanted in round 1.
Jeff, what about that? A down barrel right off the bat. You know, we talk about how much you can win and how much a horse can run out of it. They can't run out of a down barrel. That's a penalty. 13-6, wow.
So fast, too. So add 5 seconds to that. See that barrel come down right there? So Haley Kinsel, the reigning world champion, in a little bit of a tight spot here in round #1. And here comes Michigan
Dragon Cutter. This is a horse she won the Ram National Circuit Finals on earlier. Good turn on the first barrel. Lisa, she's got a great chance to win a world title. Come on, get around that third barrel. She's an amazing jockey. She can ride anything and make it better. Look at the clock. 13:70. We have a new leader.
Boy, guys, when you put the top horse at the top of the ground, you're going to have good results. And we started with a 13:70 to go to the lead, Jeff.
Yeah, Shady Lord hasn't been here in quite a while. We talked about that. But I think in barrel racing, it may be the trickiest of all. Blind into that first barrel, this is tough.
Yeah, I can't admit that Shaylee has won a lot in the last couple of years, and she's been getting ready for just this situation. 2 turns down, good to the third. Remember that third barrel's down here close to the chutes? They got to run into that big yellow sign. She's going to leave at 14:01.
Boy, the ground was so fast here. The Ram World Champion leaders are. See Nellie Miller in there. She's in the money at the moment. Haley Kinsel with a down barrel. Brittany coming up. Won the world title in 07 and 09. She won the average here twice.
Boy, good comeback out of that turn. Look at the power Katniss has. All right, gets around that third barrel in good shape. Now 13:70, that's what's in the lead. 14 and 2/100ths. Still a good run, puts her in 5th.
Stevie Hellman, she can be so fast here as well as she comes in. 6th in the world right now as she rides in. 4th time she's been to the Wrangler NFR.
Okay, and we see we got a 13:70 in the lead, but the good tight turn the first barrel. That's the money barrel. You got the second one down too. Third barrel, they're having a little bit of trouble down here with their back end. If they're out of the clutch, she stays in the rut. She stays good and solid. Horse race home across the line. 13:75.
Second fast, just behind Lisa Lockhart in that 13:70. Emily Miller.
First Wrangler NFR, Emily easing up in there. She went to 79 rodeos this year to qualify. What a man, this is a beautiful gray horse she rides. Jungo. Here we go. Good turn on that first barrel. That sets up the second one. Comes out in good shape. Good speed. Now she gets around this third barrel. Fought her just a little bit, but still in good shape. What a way to start your first NFR off. 13:63.
The Weatherford, Oklahoma cowgirl takes the lead now. A very tough first round. Jessica Rotier, here we go.
All right, had a great national finals last year in this little yellow mare. First barrel's turned good, second barrel's around, all the way down to the third. She's got a good run set up. She handles it on the third barrel straight home. But she pushed off that third barrel running in a straight line. 13:97. She's going to be placing for now.
So Miller on top, 13:63, and here comes Donna K. Rule, AQHA WPRA Barrel Racing Horse of the Year.
Yeah, Fowler kind of slid by that first barrel, so she had to pick up, kind of get into good shape, get that second barrel around, and she is. Now she gets around the third barrel, but that mistake on the first is going to cost her. But this horse is awfully fast, but look at the time. You cannot make any mistakes and get a check at this event.
They just seem to get faster and faster. Here she goes around that first barrel. Pretty good recovery after that point. Almost broke the 14-second barrier.
Yeah, when they come to that first barrel, they don't see it.
Erica Nelson.
All right, Erica Nelson's got 2 turns down. Third barrel's good. All the way to the home. Across the finish line to see if she clocks. 14:05. You know, but you said it. One little slide, slip, or go by, and it's not going to be anything in this field.
Yeah, not with these horses are great. Here's another one of them right here.
4 trips to the Wrangler NFR. Just got married. Ivy Conrado Savitz.
And she just gets better and better on this horse. This is J-Lo. All right, Ivy sets that first barrel up in good shape. Comes off it straight to the second. 2 good turns. Gets around the third in good
Amberly Moore. She can put together some very fast runs here at Thomas and Mack and just make bank.
Yeah, Paige on left barrel first. Here we go. She dropped up over it and knocks it down, leaving. She was trying to set it up, but Paige had already dropped down the turn. And you know, the third barrel down there puts on the other, coming from the other way. We've seen some horses kind of hang up on the backside and you maybe lose their foot a little bit. And I think that's cutting the times just a little bit. Paige comes from the other direction. She had no trouble, but she gets the first barrel right there. And you can see she comes back over because she got hung up on the backside.
Boy, 2 barrels down. Watch for her to be extremely aggressive in the go-around from this point on. And here comes Jennifer Sharp, another Wrangler NFR rookie.
Yeah, another rookie. Tequila. All right, we got it clean. This crowd is behind her. 13.97. That may get her in the top 5.
A whole bunch of them have broken that 14-second barrier. And here comes Cheyenne Wimberly. Another cowgirl that's been to the Wrangler NFR, but man, it has been a while.
A long time. She comes back this year, rode 3 or 4 different horses to get here. Gets by the first barrel. Still not getting down.
And it went down.
Yeah, she got it coming back because you can see she slid by, got it on the back, coming back around, gonna make two turns and run out with a penalty down. How about it? First timer wins the go around tonight so far with a 13.63 is still in the lead.
Well, that was so close right there. Just a little graze with that shoulder. And our final cowgirl is Cinder Rose.
And riding with a torn up knee, and if you ever ride a barrel horse, they will put some pressure on your knees to get around it. So far, so good though. She gets around the third barrel. Good tight run. Now it's the speed that counts. 14.46. Not going to place in this round, but I thought she did awfully well with a torn up knee.
6 cowgirls breaking that 14-second barrier. Nobody better than Emily Miller from Weatherford, Oklahoma. 13.63 results brought to you by Justin Booth. Lisa Lockhart had the lead for a while at 13.70, and Haley Kinsel knocks down a barrel, the reigning world champion. Well, we'll roll out the barrel as we get set for barrel racing. Lisa Lockhart took over the top spot in the world last night. Well, the only thing missing on her resume is the World Championship. Joe Beaver joins me and Butch Knowlton again. As we get set, what's the top cowgirls in the world? If you're Lisa Lockhart, you catch last night, you moved to the top spot. And what do you get for a bonus? You get to go first tonight. There's a look at the Ram World standings. Nellie Miller right there. Haley Kinsel knocked down a barrel. And Emily Miller, the young cowgirl, the rookie from Oklahoma, she got the go-around win last night. And here comes Lisa Lockhart. Let's see if she can build on that momentum that she got started in round number 1.
Yeah, she made a big move. Now she has about a $2,000 lead over the number 2 lady. That's Nellie Miller. So Lisa's got a great advantage right now because she is number 1 on the ground, and she take advantage of it on cutter.
I'm just not used to watching her ride a horse this high.
I know. We're so used to big buckskins, but this looks good. A cutter absolutely can fly. Around the third barrel, kind of fought the rider just a hair, but look at the time, 13.85, so it's up 14. That takes the early lead.
That's not going to hurt you. Shady Lord getting set. She made her first Wrangler NFR in 2005, and this is the first time she's been back.
Yeah, but her and Ken, man, they've been setting this up for a couple of years. Here she comes in, right turn first. Gets by it. You can see when she got by it, he really dropped the turn. He kind of lost his back end out of it. All the way here to the third barrel. She gets some checks around. Good turn to the third barrel straight home. You know, the time's going to be hurt by the first barrel. 13.92. If she turns the first one slick, she's been fast.
Yeah, it cost her taking the lead, didn't it?
It did, for sure.
Brittany Posey Tanazi, World Championships in 09, 07, won the average here in 06 and 07. Starts the night number 7 in the world standings.
People don't realize how dangerous it is just coming up that alley with these horses on the bit like this. All right, Brittany and Katniss takes that inside leg up and gets around the second barrel, gets around the third barrel. Now she's bearing down on 13.85, just about 1/10 off the pace, but still puts her in the third place.
No problem getting that ram clock under 14 seconds so far in this round. Stevie Hillman, third place last night. She's number 5 in the world. And Lisa Lockhart's got the lead right now, 13.85.
All right, here we go, Stevie. Got to get him over the second. Got around the second. Kind of come out of it a little funny with shifted in the back end. She couldn't get him by the third. You can see that coming. Shouldered in, whipped her down the front, and look at the time, 13.76. That +5 is going to cost her a lot tonight.
Yeah,
right there. She's got to really get it right there. When he drops in, she tries to get that shoulder by, and it just didn't happen. Barrel down.
Not what she wanted. Lockhart stays on top, but here comes Emily Miller. She won last night with a time of 13:63. Love this horse. Drop dead gorgeous.
Yeah, Jongo. Looks like it could be just a beautiful head horse. Nice, big, good looking. Here it goes. Won the round last night, and I mean just sucked around that first barrel. Two good turns. If she gets around that third one that good, and she did. Watch the clock. I think she's going to take the lead again. 13:74, and here we go.
You think she's having fun in her first NFR, Butch?
Man.
You notice how she just walks him down there right to the front.
All right, Jessica, here we go. Good first barrel. That's a money barrel. She got two down all the way here to the third. As close to the time he gets, got to get them by, and she does. Hey, she clears it about 10 seconds.
Yeah,
it could be fast, too. No, 13:90. The run home got her.
You know, back to Emily Miller, for all the barrel racers over July 4th, they're so busy. She won the most money. She won about $17,000. Here comes the AQHA WPRA Barrel Racing Horse of the Year.
Yeah, Donnie K. Rule, Ryan Fowler. And a good first barrel. She kind of went by it last night, so this could be much faster. Look at this horse. I mean, the power out of those turns is amazing. Good turn on the third. Donnie K., this is her chance tonight. You bet. 13:69. Bingo.
And you called it, Butch. When he leaves a barrel, he's running hard and away from it.
We got Oklahoma girls sitting 1-2 on the leaderboard. Donna K. Rule now. Emily Miller in second. Lisa Lockhart in third. Here comes Erica Nelson.
All right, Florida, here we come. Did you like the first barrel? Yes. A good first barrel. Rides him all the way across the second. A little hang up from the backside. A little stall right there. Got to make up for it right here. She's away from the third barrel. Time and place. Got to run home across the timer. 13:98. Too long. See right there, look, when she turns straight away from it. Going all the way in, the homeward turn. That's what it's got to be, the run across the line.
There comes Ivy Conrado Savins.
All right, J-Lo. We've seen 8 girls go. Everybody's been under 14 seconds. The ground is amazing. All right, 2 good turns. Come on, Ivy. This one's good. So J-Lo can take the speed up and get out of the arena. 13:83. Nice run. She was a little over 14 yesterday. Way to pick it up.
Yeah, it's third place right now.
You called it too. That run out was getting it, wasn't it, Butch?
Yeah.
Running hard and straight.
Boy, talk about a horse that looked a little short. Here it goes.
She's center from down there in Laughlin tonight, though. Here comes Paige and Amber Lee. Got the first barrel down. Goes the left barrel first. 2 right-hand turns. If she gets her by this third barrel, this could be a day money. And she did. A little bit wide, leaving it running out, but it doesn't matter. 13:78 goes to third place.
Great run.
Man, what about the horses tonight? They're laying some runs down.
Amber Lee had 2 barrels down last night. Jennifer Sharp, she's ready to go. Her first ever Wrangler NFR.
Yeah, Tequila Lacosta last night. She ran a 13:97, so it could be better. All right, 2 good turns. And this horse never loses its momentum. Just keep that forward motion like Joe was talking about. No hang up. Maybe a little bit on the third. And 14:11, that little hang up probably cost her.
So 13:69. Donna K. Rule still in first place. Emily Miller in second. Cheyenne Wimberly getting set to go. She made the NFR 97, 98, and finally again in 2019. She took some time off, but that's a pretty good sized gap.
That is a long time. All right, Cheyenne, doing that first barrel. Down the first, bringing across the second. 2 hands into the spot, drops against the side more. The third barrel is down here, and it's getting deep down here. Stands up good around it a little bit. You see, Butch, the last 2 horses kind of blow off leaving. I think they're having just a little trouble getting a hold. 14:20 is the result.
Well off the pace for her. Lucinda Rose. Her first trip to the Wrangler NFR.
All right, real deal. Talked about her knee injury. She's got her knee is tore up big time. MCL, ACL, and she's here competing and looked good again tonight. Come on, Lucinda, send that horse home. 14:28, just a little off.
A couple of cowgirls left. Here comes Nellie Miller. Won the world title 2 years ago. Came to Las Vegas #1. 4th place money for her last night.
Yeah, she got the first barrel. This could be dirty tonight. 2 turns down. This little man never quits running, never quits going forward. And around the third, this could float the clock tonight. She can get across that timer on the way out. Nope, 14:06. You know, we saw all 13s up until about, what, the 10th runner bunch, and then it started getting long.
Yeah.
But, look at that.
Yeah, this could change things right here.
Yeah, she has the arena record, 13:11. That's what she's got to beat tonight, 13:69. Haley Kinsel, barrel came down last night, not what she wanted.
Yeah, she's sister got a barrel last night. They were 13:66, by the way. But picked up a 5-second penalty, so she needs to bear down and get that first one. And she does. Oh man, just almost hit it coming off. That just makes it faster. I love this horse. Last year, the arena record 13:11. That was crazy. Now watch this. Laps on the ground, 13:73. That is just something else.
So Haley, problems last night, second place money tonight. She dropped from number 2 in the world to number 3. She's got a little bit of work to do in that average. But a good run tonight for Haley Kinsel Lockwood. Result brought to you by Justice Houston. Rule winds up in first place. Emily Miller, who won round number.
When I got him, I was so excited. I was like, this is my dream horse. Like, we are going to be a perfect fit. And it was not. All of 2018 I spent trying to figure him out. It took us a little while to become a team. And I think that's part of why this year's been so rewarding. Is I was like, all right, like we're a team. I was confident in us, and it's just unreal.
Boy, that horse, Clay Smith's horse, those are my two favorite horses so far.
Yeah,
but yeah,
beautiful.
Emily has a wonderful barrel racing horse, and man, is she making some noise at her first ever Wrangler NFR. Look at that, top of the average. She's 4th in the world, and she is very much a player. Tip your hat to Lisa Lockhart off to a really good start. Climbed to that top spot in the world standings. And Haley Kinsel, she was very fast last night as well. So back making money after knocking down a barrel. Nellie Miller, good start for her. So it's going to be fun to see how this all shakes out. We got ourselves a horse race as we jump into round number 3. And can't count that cowgirl out right there. 2-time world champion. Brittany rode into Las Vegas to get this Wrangler NFR, number 5 in the world standings.
Yeah, we're going to start off with a horse change right off the bat. Brittany, she's on her marathon birdie, so we'll see if it pays off. Right on top of the ground, 2 good turns. She is such a competitor. Little long on that third one, went by just a hair, and it is so tough these times. 13:88 though, that's a great way to start it off for Brittany.
Not bad at all. Here comes Stevie Hillman. 5th in the world here in 2017. She was 2nd in the average that year. So she knows her way around this pattern at the top of the Max Center.
All right, good turn for Stevie right here. Another horse change. This is Millie. So we're seeing the third round, they're starting to hold that shoulder out. Good job. Because that horse wanted to shoulder that third barrel a little. 14:18 though, that slowed her down on that third turn.
Joe Beaver should be down there just off the dirt as Emily Miller. We talked about her horse. Boy, look what she's done so far. She's 1st in the average, 4th in the world. She's won almost 52,000 over the first 2 rounds. I like how she just eases it right down there, right there to where you can see the barrel, you can see everything, and then kind of lets him go.
Yeah, I was going to say, he just got confidence. It just eases down through there. Someone send him from way back. This gray horse, he's like this being, she does a good job. She rocks that barrel, but she keeps it up. Got 2 down, all the way down to the 3rd barrel. Emily's got turned it to 14, little stumble. Leave the 3rd barrel, but she clocks on home. How about 13:63 with the stumble? Wow.
A lot happened in that 13
Look at that right hand with that barrel, You think that's easy. Don't try to stand on it when you're running that fast.
Yeah, I'd rather ride Killer Bee than try that.
Jessica Rotier, 4th in the average. Made a little bit of money last night. Here we go.
Yeah, she had a great run NFR a year ago. What a turn on that 2nd barrel. That's why she can be so dangerous. All right, this might be her best run so far. Great run at 13:84. That puts her in 2nd.
I think that turn surprised Jessica even a little bit right there. That is turning back through yourself.
That was tight, guys, tight.
Here comes Donna K. Rule.
I won the round last night. Her and Valor, here we go. Off to the 1st barrel. Gets by just a little, but it
Yeah, she won last night with a time of 13:65, so that's pretty darn consistent right there. As Erica Nelson gets ready to go, that 13:68, second best in this round.
All right, Erica, looking to pick her first checkup. Good. Oh, it just ticks that first barrel. I was just going to say, great turn on that first one, but checks it. That's 5 seconds. She knows it. So she's just kind of going through the motions right now. 14:03. She could have been a sub 14 pretty easy. Oh, that's too bad. Boy, look at this. Just comes over and look at, barely ticks it with her toe. I mean, that is not much really right there.
Ivy Conrado Sabins next to go.
And she came from back a ways. Here she goes, her Gillo. 2 turns down. On to the third barrel. Ooh, gets by just a little bit, but he's got a good way from it. Timer, you got to cross it as hard and fast as you can. 13:90.
Another good-looking horse right there, too. 13:90, believe it or not. That's 5th place at the moment as Amberly Moore gets ready to go. Knocked down a couple of barrels in the first round. Came back fast last night. Picked up a check.
Now Paige, go to that left barrel first. Great turn. Okay, this is set up to be fast. This mare can absolutely smoke the clock. If she gets around this third one in good shape, and she does. 10 seconds right there. Come on. 13:62. Amberly Moore is back.
About 1/100th of a second. She moves to first place. How about just a little bump?
That little bump's okay as long as it ends up like that, standing up. That just speeds your time up. Great run.
Right to Jennifer Sharp.
All right, she's riding with a tore-up knee. She got kicked earlier on before the national finals. They talk about it's going to bother her. It hadn't bothered her riding a whole lot, but this third girl's going to bother her time tonight with 14:19.
Man, you ride so much with your legs. How in the world is she doing that?
It's not easy and it's not pain-free, I can promise you that.
Yeah, especially because, boy, they will stand you in a stirrup on these turns. A lot of centrifugal force.
Cheyenne Wimberly, a couple of NFRs in the late 90s. It's been 20 years, 21 years since she's been to the Thomas and Mack.
All right, Cheyenne, this is another horse change. This is horse she calls Lex. A little long on that first barrel. She's got to make it up on her second. Hustles around there. Lex kind of gets away from her on the second. I mean, she's just kind of having some trouble in this run. It's going to show up in the time. 14:31.
Amberly Moore has the lead, 13:62. Emily Miller, 13:63. Lucinda Rose, a Wrangler NFR rookie, next to go.
Okay, you're in her the real deal. It's not time to lay her run down. Keep going all the way across the second. This horse has a lot of turn. You can see a lot of rating. Sends him all the way into the pocket and gets around it good. Slips on the backside. Didn't get pushed away fast and hard as wanted to. 13:99 the result.
And Ram Cox still stopping under 14 seconds. That's a spot out of money. Here comes Nellie Miller, came here number 1. Barely went to any rodeos this year, and I mean, the ones she went to, she made them count.
Yeah, we're in the heart of the batting order now. And I love this little roan mare sister. How cute is she? I mean, those curves, that just looks like you couldn't make a prettier run. Now can she clock? Sound on the end of the ground, 13:93, so that's a sub 14. Should put her in the top 5. Pretty close.
Top 7.
Top 7. We need the top 6.
And not over yet.
Yep. There's Haley Kinsel.
Got a barrel the first round. Came back last night, typical her, and sister fashion and laid her run down. Look at her ears. Going back and forth saying, hey, send me. I know where that first barrel is. And she does. A little bit back right there. Doesn't matter. This mare runs out of it. Oh, stumbles going into the second barrel. See her pull the reins all the way to the end of the reins, out her hand almost. And still going to probably clock under 14. 13:96. Not fast enough, but a great recovery.
We saw her last year win the World Championship. She could win regardless of where she was in the batting order. Lisa Lockhart, number 2 in the average, number 1 in the world.
This horse look good, Eddie Butch.
Man, I'll say, this is better. Number 2 to the average. She's won 35,000 already. Little stumble again in that big first barrel, so Lisa gets around that second one. They're having to work at it a little towards the end of this round. Good finish, gets there in about 10.5 seconds. So look at the speed going out. 13:94 though. The ground's showing up tonight.
Yes, it is. It's digging up. It's
Yeah.
showing. Yeah, they're having a hard time getting through it.
I don't care what she throws the saddle on. She's so never see her knock down a barrel.
Yeah, I agree.
Makes no mistakes.
If I come back as a barrel horse, I want her to own me.
Okay, Jeff, remember you said
There
that.
we are.
I'm going to call up Louie from this point on.
Yeah.
All right, so the cowgirl that had some issues in round number 1 made money last night, and she makes big money tonight. She's going to pick up a big check of more than $26,000. Results brought to you by Justin Goose. Look how close that is. Thoroughbred racing or quarter-horse racing, look at that photo finish. 1/100th of a second, separating first from second. Back in Sutton, Thomas and Mack, round number 4, the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. What a way to start barrel racing. Joe Beaver joins us again for our coverage, and Emily Miller, a Wrangler NFR rookie, her very first time here. Look at this, she won $170,000. If you looked at the projected world standings, she would win. And by the way, she's tops in that average race, and she is tops on the ground tonight. So that's going to be fun to watch. And what a drop-dead gorgeous horse.
Yeah, this is Chongo. This is a 9-year-old gelding. There's actually 8 mares, 5 geldings, and 2 stallions here at the Wrangler NFR. The oldest is 12, the youngest is 8. So every horse is right in its prime. And this one is maybe the prettiest.
And we talk about how some of them come in full speed. She just eases down there and then takes off.
Yeah, right now she's $11,000 behind as far as the World Championship race is concerned. Number 1 in the average, and she's going to set the pace tonight. Going to be under 14. Oh, yeah. 13:64. Game on now.
Jessica Rotier getting ready to go. You look at the times that won, 13:63, which she did in round number 1. Miller, 13:65, 13:62. We already have a 13:64.
Yeah, you let these good horses top of that ground, it's going to be something, isn't it? And she's been just time and time again. She got by the third barrel. Jessica's heading home. It's a Rose race now. 13:77.
Wow.
You know, Butch, if you let these horses get to figure this pattern out, you got to ride them a little extra. And down here at the third, it's getting gritty.
Yeah, they get short, don't they?
They do down here.
Here comes a racehorse, Donna K. Rule. She won the second round, 13:65.
Yeah, she's still a player too, a little wide, but like Joe said last night, this horse, he's deceiving. Oh, and she clipped the second barrel. That's going to hurt her chances right there. Donna Kay, she was number 2 in the average, $33,000 out of the lead as far as the world standings, and now she picks up a 5-second penalty.
One more look at it right here, barrel number 2.
Yeah, just shouldered into it, and that's what we talk about when he says horses are getting short. That means they're anticipating these turns.
Erica Nelson, full speed.
Yeah, she sent this one from Florida back there to back alley. He got the first barrel down. Here's 2. This is a good setup tonight. All the way to the third. He gets right so he can push off of it. Good job hanging it back to him. Headed to the timer, and it is going to be 13:81.
Boy, anymore, you know, the 13s are just every day.
Oh, it's tough,
all the
isn't it?
time.
Yeah,
And no
it's
guarantee
amazing.
you're even going to sniff a check.
That's right.
Even though you're in the 13s. Ivy Conrado Sabins next to go. Number 5 in the average. Looks to move up after Donna K. Rule had some issues.
All right, J-Lo, good turnaround that first barrel. Ivy, good drive out of the second. This looks good. Set up that third final turn. So far, every run has been under 13 or 14, 13:70 knocking, mover to third.
Yeah, that's a pretty horse too right there. Pretty shiny as Amberly Moore gets set to go. She won last night, 13:62. That's the fastest run we have seen in 3 rounds here at the Wrangler NFR.
She goes to Sidney Page in for those day monies. If they're all standing, it's usually a check. First one standing, leaving there. She goes to left barrel first. She got 2 right-hand turns. Down around. She's going to be around this third barrel before 10. She's around at 9.5. Blew off the third quite a bit. That could cost her, but still the lead. No. Blowing off the third barrel cost her. She's 13:75, goes to second.
Jennifer Sharp next to go.
Well, we talked about it. Riding with a torn up knee. Around the first barrel. You try to ride one of these horses. There's so much force when they make that turn and they pull you out in that stirrup. Good run again for Jennifer. Now, could she be fast? Yes, 13:99. Boy, they are smoking tonight.
How would you like to go down to the bush with a tore up right knee right about there? And just
Right
have a
there.
push on it, huh?
Yeah, I talked about there's 2 stallions here. This is one of them.
Wow, here comes Cheyenne Wimberly.
Horse change, I think, tonight for Cheyenne. She's trying to get some money. Gets the first barrel. That's a best. Oh, I was going to say, that's the best first barrel we've seen tonight to get it just really licked in the chance. Knocks down the second. Going to get around the third. That horse right there was trying to work tonight.
You know, Joe, she's changed horses a couple times.
Wow.
I'd stay on that one.
I
for a
would too.
couple
I got a
nights, wouldn't you?
1384, Butch, and she had to go around 2 down barrels.
Yeah.
Now watch. Right here, she's by the first barrel. Just a little slip on the backside brings her back into it. Wow. That horse tried to work tonight.
Nellie Miller. Lucinda Rose, sorry.
All right, Lucinda gets around there riding an 11-year-old mare she calls Misty. Or excuse me, Real Deal, and out she goes at 14:16. That is the first run we've seen over 13 seconds tonight.
Here comes Nellie Miller. Came in number 1, barely went to any rodeos, had a great regular season. 7th in the average, number 3 in the world right now.
Yeah, she's making her patent run right here. You got 2 down, third row, you got to stay inside the run. She's a little bit on the outside. She does. Yeah, she left here with a clock at 10. All the way across the timer's going to show it at 13:93. Not fast enough.
Haley Kinsel. There's bull rider Jess Lockwood. I think shortly after the PBR World Finals, Jess is the PBR World Champion. Haley is the reigning barrel racing world champion.
Yeah, if you wonder what the arena record is, she holds at 13-11. That was an amazing run. All right, Sister and Haley, good run tonight. Now look at this horse gain speed leaving the arena, 13:88. That may be in the top 5, but not very deep.
Emily Miller trying to win again. She's got the lead at 13:64. And that's going to put her right at the $100,000 mark. She's leading the Ram Top Gun standings as well. So Emily Miller in a great spot. As Lisa Lockhart gets set, she comes in 3rd at the average and number 1 in the world standings.
Yeah, just cool and easy down the alley.
Yeah.
And this horse needs work. Fought it a little bit there at the second, got it in the 3rd. Oh, man. She had to pick up to get that shoulder by the 3rd barrel. She didn't need a 5-second penalty, guys, at all. 14:06 is the result.
Avoids the down barrel.
Yeah,
It's slower on the time than she
watch
wanted
up there.
to.
Ooh, see, he was wanting in doing it bad. She just held him off of it. You know, it was either that or sit through the crash, and she didn't do it.
Jamie Lord, she is 8th in the average. 10th in the world right now.
Yeah, the second stallion we're going to see, Handman. She has done a great job this year on this big good-looking sorrow. All right, sets up the 3rd and final turn and gets around it in good shape. And she be under 14. Barely over 14-3-100.
2 cowgirls still remain. Boy, just like the previous 3 rounds, it is a tough go. Miller has the lead at 13:64. Got to be 13:88 or quicker to move into the top 6 to have a chance to get a check.
Yeah, Brittany, she might prove you wrong. 2-time world champion, 13 trips here. But it looks like this year, you know, kind of the bottom 3rd of that ground has been a little bit hard to clock it fast, Butch.
Yeah, I agree.
This horse is really working tonight. I mean, really working. There's a big chance, but slipped on the backside leaving here. Right straight out the dude. Oh, 14:05. Yeah, I think you're going to have to kind of be at the top of the ground this year. It's a little bit loose down here and a little bit heavy.
Cowgirl, Stevie Hillman.
All right, Stevie comes in on a 9-year-old mare she calls Billy. Lines that first barrel up, gets around it in good shape. You can see that ground's getting dug out around him, and that's what Joe's talking about. It's really hard, holds that nose out, and that's what we thought Lisa Lockhart was going to have happen. That shoulder, when that nose is off over there to the right, that shoulder is pointed right at the barrel, and she nicks it, knocks it over. Right there, you see her. She's trying to get that shoulder picked up, get around that barrel, but it is so tough on that 3rd barrel running into that wall.
Emily Miller won round 1. She's going to win round 4. She's going to go right at $100,000 in 4 rounds. Results brought to you by Justin Boots. Emily Moore won last night. She's 2nd tonight. All right, round 5, barrel racing getting set. You see our Ram World standings. Emily Miller has been full speed ahead. She's won about $100,000. Tops in the world. Tops in the average, but she's going to go 14th tonight. Joe Butch, I mean, that's going to be a little bit of a game changer for her.
It may not be with that gray horse, because that gray horse is handling everything she throws at him.
Boy, we're going to start with Donna K. Rule. She won round 2 with a time of 13:65. She gets the top of the ground. Look for this to be spectacular.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. This is, of course, the AQHA Barrel Horse of the Year, Valor, and this sorrow can absolutely smoke. If she nails this first barrel, and she got around it pretty good, a little wide, but this horse is deceiving. Great 2nd barrel. So Valor, keep kicking, make that pocket, there it is. Now just watch this clock. Position set, the pace tonight, 13:56. Oh yeah, we got a barrel race, don't we, Joe?
You just called it. That was a good enough first barrel for that
Nelson.
All right, one there down the second. She gets it going in. You can see. Knocks one down. It's +5. Fast as you want to go home, you got to carry a 5-second penalty with you. $13.99 +5. See right going into it right there. As you can see, she got it going in. That stop can almost go around. It took some time.
Ivy Conrado Sabins next to go. Fourth in the average. Made about 32,000 over 4 rounds.
All right, J-Lo needs to get to work. Ivy. Good second barrel for Ivy Conrado. Clean run. Tough round right now. The fastest we've seen so far, but Ivy's going to be amongst it. You bet. 13.77. Put her second.
All right, here comes Paige. You know, Jeff, Beverly Moore, if she gets by, it's usually money.
1 round 3, 13.62. Gonna have to be faster than that tonight, though.
Sending her to that first from the back of the alley. She's a buy it. All right, all the way to the second. Goes the left barrel first. 2 right turns. All the way to the third. She's down here close to the shoots. And she got by it. Look out tonight. Oh, man. Is it going to clock? 13.63.
Second place, you got 13.56, 13.63. Boy, tough act to follow. Here comes Jennifer Sharp.
All right, Jennifer rides tequila. Boy, she comes from right down the alley. A big, fast run. And she's going to need it. All right, good first barrel for Jennifer. Now, keep kicking, get that spot, and she does. Bumps to the hair, but just a hair. That's quick as well. 13.88, good run for her.
One more look at barrel number 3.
Yeah, she worked to get around that third barrel. You can see, as we've talked about, these horses, they're getting a little short. And it takes a lot to get them around them.
Cheyenne Wimberly, 15th in the average, 14th in the world. Still looking for that first check. Maybe it's coming tonight.
Yeah, needs to just turn it loose and go after day money. See, some horses come running from the back, some walk, some hop down through there and get their go. Hops that leg up, gets by the first barrel. Best second barrel, here we go. Best run she's ever started. All the way to the third, gets him back, leaves here at 10. Gonna have to hurry to get across the line and clock. 13.95.
5th place at the moment. Donna K. Rule still winning, 13.56. Amberly Moore, 13.63. Lucinda Rose. She's ready to go.
Here comes Real Deal. Nice first barrel. Boy, that's the way to turn it. I love the style of this horse. Good forward motion around it. Good body control. Everything looks quick. Now it's a straight line out. In a tough round, 13.92. Should put her in the top 5.
There's the cowgirl that came here at number 1, Nellie Miller. 5th in the average, 4th in the world.
Sister from the back, got her running. Got some momentum around that first barrel. Cross to the second. Ooh, kind of gets her bout over, but gets by the second barrel. Down to the third. Got around it, rocked it a little bit, but it's not down. Maybe caused her to blow off just a little bit and results of 14.07.
Not going to make money. Here comes Haley Kinzel. Been somewhat quiet. 10th in the average, still number 2 in the world.
Yeah, she's $13,000 right now behind the number 1 leader in the world standings. So she needs to get things rolling with Sister. And we all know what this horse can do. Holds career record 13 and 11 100s. Watch the clock. 13.86.
4th best. Donna K. Rule, first cowgirl out, 13.56. Exactly what you would expect. Lisa Lockhart came here number 3. She's been number 1 in the world for a while, for a couple of rounds to start this Wrangler NFR. Back to number 3 and number 3 in the average.
Number 3 in the average, that's the important thing. Hunt Carter, ooh, got to get him back over a little bit to the second. Got him around the second barrel to the third down here. Kind of wants to shoulder it, and he did tonight and got it. I was going to say last night he wanted to shoulder it, she kept him off of it. Tonight, she doesn't. That's 5 seconds for the down barrel.
Yeah, 13.92
Yeah,
plus
that's
5.
going to hurt right there. You can see she stood up trying to get in the stirrup, get away from it. She couldn't do it. Down barrel.
Shady Lord. It's her first Wrangler NFR in 14 years. She's 7th in the average. Hasn't made much money. She's getting an average check that ended tonight.
Well, I love this horse, too. This is Can-Man. This is one of the 2 stallions that are running here at the NFR. All right, Shaylee, good first barrel. Good second barrel, kind of washed out just a little bit. Not bad, but kind of hung up on the third. So all that is hundredths of a second, and it shows up 13.96. That's a heck of a run, but in a tough round, those little teeny mistakes can get you.
Here comes Brittany Posey, world champion in 07, world champion in 09, 13 trips for her to the Wrangler NFR, and Donna K. Rule. You let her be the first cowgirl out with that horse, you expect big things, and she is setting the fastest time of the week right now, 13.56.
Now Brittany got by the first just a little bit. Same thing on the second. Got a little hang up on the backside of the second, but she stayed clean. No penalties. Straight run home, out the alley. It'll be 14-10 tonight. You know, and what you talked about, it doesn't take much for just enough to be the clock to just tick away on them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got to have 13.92 to get the money right now. Stevie Hillman next to go.
Got a horse change for Stevie Hillman. This is perfecto. So Stevie tried to change her game a little bit. Boy, good digging out of that one. This horse has got a lot of power. You can see that shoulder. A lot of that was just position going into that third barrel.
Wow, 13.77.
Yeah. At the bottom of the ground, that was going to be third place.
Yeah, that would have been fourth place.
Fourth, yeah, that was.
Right there, you can see the third barrel. You know, and it is so easy to talk about. It's so hard to do.
Yeah,
to pick a spot past that barrel
That's
to
what I
get
was
up.
going to say, Butch, exactly. You got to almost pick a spot in this yellow wall back here by the camp chutes and ride to it because there's not enough room in between the fence and the barrel for a mistake.
Emily Miller, she's on a pre-show. Likes to walk right down there at the gate for her, not necessarily for this horse.
Now that's nice to have control like that. All right, here we go. Choco got two down. Got a little handshake right there to say, hey, I'm all right, I got this. Same thing at the third. Headed out, long stride, fast. Gonna clock tonight, 13.95.
First barrel, she's kind of had a little bit of an issue with that barrel. Kind of kept her hands on it here and there.
Man, if she just keeps toying with knocking that thing down, she needs to leave that alone.
Jessica Rotier, the final cowgirl to go.
Well, don't count your money until this girl runs. I love this horse too. Missy around that second barrel, and I mean she comes from down the alley when she comes. Gets around in about 10.5 seconds, hustles out at 13.97. Good run, but I don't think that's going to make the top 6.
Now the bottom line, we saw the fastest time that we have seen this week. Donna K. Rule, the first cowgirl out, 13.56. Results brought to you by Justin Boots. Amberly Moore, she catches again. And there's a look at the top 6. Ram World Standings in barrel racing, and how about Emily Miller? She has just charged to the front. #1 in the world, #1 in the average. She's moved past Nellie Miller. She's moved past Haley Kinsel. Amberly Moore, she's back in the average, but hey, she is the second cowgirl out tonight, and for her, that's going to be like cheating. She is going to rock and roll. Joe Beaver, ringside. Ivy Conrado Saban, she's #2 in the average. So she's in a pretty good spot to get a pretty big check at the end of the week. That's about $55,000 if she can hold that spot or even improve. And there you can see Emily Miller. Right at the $200,000, she is #1 in the world as we get ready to start.
Well, you mentioned Ivy, her great horse and her J-Lo, #2 in that average. So that's important as we get into these final rounds. And Ivy and J-Lo get around the first barrel in good shape. You don't want to be too safe if you're right on the top of the ground because that's the money run. And it's really been good this week. Ivy's going to set the pace, and a good one, 13.69.
When you look back at the fastest times that we have seen this week was last night, 13.56 from Donna K. Rule, who was the first cowgirl out. And here comes Amberly Moore back in the average, but she's made $88,000 so far this year's regular NFR. Now that's a pretty good start right there.
When you let Paige get that first barrel down like that, guys, it could be ugly tonight. Got by the third. She blows off a little bit of it because she kind of dove in at it. But still, 13.55. Wow. When that mare hits that first barrel like that, you better look out.
She's going to scatter the tie-down ropers right there.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, Mayfield, you better move.
You better get out of the way because she's coming to the top.
Boy, at full speed, here comes Jennifer Sharp.
You can see that coming. That horse was shouldering big time.
You know, Butch, that's that bad knee, too.
Oh, well,
that right leg is that bad when it hit that first barrel. Ouch.
Boy, she's been doing good, but that is tough. These horses, they know this little arena and how quick this pattern is. They get short, don't they? Another look. Look at his nose, how it's just a little off to the left. That means that inside shoulder is right at that barrel. Same thing around the second one. She'll pick up 10 seconds.
Cheyenne Wimberly. She needs a check.
She sure does.
Shut out so far.
Yeah, time to turn it around tonight. All right, Cheyenne, here we go. Good first barrel. Sit up right all the way across to the second. Got 2 down. On the clock side, it looks good. Down to the third. Got him around. Oh, and rocks right in the middle. Keep going, hurry. 1387. Goes to third. Will that be fast enough tonight? Ooh, I don't know.
Never a doubt on this final barrel.
No, I mean, it just goes.
Come on, Gravity. There you go.
That's right.
There you go. Cue Gravity. Lucinda Rose next to go.
All right, real deal. Lucinda. Good first barrel as well. Kind of in the top end, and she is going to clip that second barrel. She was 8th in the average coming in, so she is going to go out. There's only 8 girls, and she was one of them that had clean runs. Haven't hit a barrel. Now there's 7.
So Amberly Moore, 13:55. Fastest time we've seen this week. Here comes Nellie Miller. Time for Nellie to make a move. Came in at number 1. She's 5th in the world now. Right in the middle of the average race.
Yeah, 2 turns down, and sister 1 more right here. She leads here under 10 seconds at 9.8 from the third barrel when she clocked 13.88, 4th place.
Haley Kinsel, reigning world champion, won $350,000 last year. Set a new barrel racing record.
Yeah, 10th in the go-around, so she needs to try to win every round from here on out, and she's very capable of that. We know what sister can do. We know what Haley can do. Now just watch the clock. This looks very fast. 13:70 puts her in third. What a tough round.
Lisa Longer.
Look here.
Yep, horse change for
Yeah,
Lisa.
Rosa.
Here we go.
I'm just more comfortable seeing her on a buckskin.
I bet she wishes she'd have gone on her last night, actually.
All right, left barrel first, like Amber Lee. Not many wants to go left barrel first. They're running against the ruts. Here we go. Ground's good on that side. Oh, she hit the outside tight and the leg up to keep from hitting the barrel. Wow.
That's pretty
You want to be a
crafty.
barrel racer? Jeff, get on and try that.
14 seconds flat. Let's take a look at that second barrel.
Wow. Anybody else, left or right, or hits it? Look at that. Up and over the top. And still got back down to the seat. Not me. I'd have been out with the dirt.
Here comes Shaylee Lord. Hasn't made much money, but she's 6th in the average, and what a tough round. Amberly Moore, fastest time that we've seen this week.
All right, man. Good turn on the first barrel. Gets around the second. In good shape. Good forward momentum. One of the 2 stallions I've talked about here at the regular NFR. Good run. 13.85. Right now that's going to put her 4th.
Yeah,
Nice.
4th place for her. Brittany Posey-Tanazi, 2-time world champion.
13 times she's been here, so she knows what it's about and how to win in here. Sends him from about halfway down the alley to the first. Ooh, got by it a little bit. All the way across the second, tries to drop in. She picks him up, gets him off the second barrel. Down to the third, same thing, but gets around it. Leaves here at 10 flat. Gets you across in time to win anything? No, 13.95, a little bit long, guys.
Yeah, 1 place out of the money right there with that time. Stevie Hellman ready to go. 4 trips to the Wrangler NFR.
Right perfecto tonight. Steve, you can see, just misses that first barrel a little bit. And that'll break the pattern. And that all kind of set up off that first turn. She went a little high, came out of position, off that first barrel. It'll be no time. That's too bad. Wow.
Now, you guys may have a better memory than me, but I can't remember anybody recently that eased their horse right down there to the gate the way Emily Miller does here.
Well, especially not 6 times in a row. You know what I mean? They might do it once or twice, but this horse has no worries, Jeff.
Everybody's coming full speed. She said on the pre-show last night, she mainly does it for herself. It's not necessarily for a horse.
But most of them won't let you do it for you or the horse, you know?
Especially by this round.
Yeah, here we go, Emily. She's just been consistent. All the way across, picks him up, gets way by the second barrel. Kind of got him out of the same thing on the third barrel. All right, pull him around and head home. There's no penalties, but Little revamp in the morning practice session to get lined back out.
Yeah, she was number 1 in the average, so 14:42 the final time for her. Jessica Rotier gets ready to go.
I like this horse. Coach Messy, Jessica, we talked about it a lot last year. She's got 5 kids, so she's a multitasker while she's here in Vegas. And she just gobbles up that first barrel. Gets that inside shoulder out. Oh, and just hit it. I thought she was in good shape getting around it. That is too bad right there. Oh, put 5 on it or she'd have moved into 3rd place.
Yeah, fast time.
Too, and she, guys, I mean, the thing.
Oh, man.
Look at that. Came back over it. Just kind of.
Yeah, she was 3rd.
Yeah, she was 3rd. Yeah,
Wow.
exactly right. Donna K. Rule was the first cowgirl out last night. She got to go around and win at 13:56. Tonight, she is next to last.
Kind of got by a little bit. You see her trying to get over the Valor, getting slowed down where you turn that first one. He's got such a big motor, runs so hard in and out of the barrels that he just about run himself out of it. Placed 14:02, but the first barrel that was a killer tonight.
Erica Nelson, final cowgirl.
All right, here comes Friday. Erica eyes that first barrel, going it comes fast. And then it's about 6 strikes to the second. You don't have much time to set things up. Get around that 3rd, and she does. Last girl out, she's making an awfully strong run. Enough to place, just off the pace, 14-10.
Amberly Moore, she won round 3 with a time of 13:62. She puts up the quickest time that we have seen in 6 rounds tonight. She was the 2nd cowgirl out. Results brought to you by Justin Boots. 13:55. Ivy Camarado Saban's right there with her. Haley Kinsel making money. And Nellie Miller, 13:88. So a lot of the top players in that race for the World Championship. Miller, Emily Miller, they both are very much alive in that average race. That's going to play a big part in who wins the World Championship this year. Joe Beaver joins us again. Jennifer Sharp's going to be the first one out.
All right, Jennifer Sharp. She's the girl that has the score up me. We talked about Fleur back at round 1, and she has done a great job this week, Brian. Okay, sizes it up, top of the ground. Big chance for Jennifer. She placed earlier this week. Could she get a check again? 13.96. That's a nice run. Hasn't won much. We'll see if that holds up.
Amberly Moore last night, 13:55, fastest run we've seen all week. Cheyenne Wimbley, she made money last night.
Got to change it around one little bit. Tonight's a good opportunity. That 13-9 lead, it probably won't be fast enough. It's by the first girl just a tick, and that causes her to get it coming back by. You can see on the back side of the first, she's kind of lost some footing and drug that barrel over when she left. Barrel down, and probably a clock run tonight, 13:79.
Oh, yeah. Fastest run yet, wasn't it?
Yes, that would have done some damage tonight. First barrel, you can see, just kind of got by on the back side of the arena over there and drug it down, leaving.
Cinder Rose came in 15th. Still 15th.
Yeah, she's picked up a little money. Nice first barrel. You see her pick that inside foot up to get around it? Nice second as well. So Lucinda, good chance, good start. Straight lines, that's what we're talking about, to be fast. And that's about as straight as you can make a run. 13.79. That's a great run for Lucinda.
And she is the new leader. Nellie Miller.
All right, here comes sister, Nellie. 13.79, Lucinda's fastest run when they go around. Oh, man, rocked the first barrel, but that's all right. It didn't go down. She's cutting the clock, cutting the barrels. Down here to the 3rd, they've seen this back in a lot. That's the best run I think she's made right there.
She's had a great regular season. Barely went to any rodeos. Wow. 13.79. Boy, you time in 100 to the second, we've got a dead heat right there.
Yeah, and a little rock right there because sister was cutting it as close as she could around the barrels.
Nellie won the world title 2 years ago. Haley Kinsel won it last year. For $350,000 when it was all said and done in 2018.
Oh, that was close. You see it right there, Steph, going into that first barrel. But she did a great job getting by it. This could be fast. She's 6th right now in the average, number 1 in the world, and she is number 1 in this round.
That man runs out so hard, Butch, man.
13.60 moves to the lead.
Oh, that was close. That was too close right there. Good run.
Lisa Lockhart captured the top spot in the world for a little while. As we got this Wrangler NFR underway, she's dropped back to 4th in the world right now.
Yeah, changed back to her, oh man, changed back to her brown gill and kind of got by the second barrel a little bit right there. Shaylee, same thing. Kind of slid by and hung up. Kind of fought her a little bit on the back, but that 14.08's not going to win any money tonight.
Brown just got a whole lot tougher. 13.60. It's the third fastest run we've seen this week. Haley Kinsel, the reigning world champion, in the top spot. Shaylee Lord.
So you're coming up that alley. Every girl takes a different approach. She's getting up close to the starting gate. Sizes up that first barrel. She's fourth in the average. 5 girls have clean runs without a 5-second penalty. Shaylee's one of them. So she doesn't want to knock a barrel over. And a tough round. Okay, Shaylee Lord, can man. Nice run. 13.89. That puts her in the top 4.
Yep. 13.60 still in the top spot. Brittany Posey-Tanazi ready to go. 2-time world champion. 13 times she's qualified for the Wrangler NFR. Comes in number 5 in the average. Back in terms of the world standings.
Yeah, hadn't really had a great week. Hadn't won much money, so, with 4 go-rounds left, it's time to turn it up. All right, here goes Brittany's first barrel. Oh, she gets by it. Gonna have to make up time going across the second. Great second barrel. Hikes her leg up not to hit it. Down to the third. Turns it at 10. That means you got to be across the line about 13 bid. Nope, 13.98.
That's 6th place money at the moment. Be tough for that to hold up as Stevie Hillman comes on in.
All right, Stevie. Had a little trouble last night. She'd like to fix it. Back on Sharpie tonight. Gets around that first barrel. A little wide, but this horse is so fast. I mean, there's about 3 strides before you're at the second barrel. Sizes up the third, gets around it. Comes off just a little wide, but look at this horse. Minutes news, 13.93. That's going to put her in about 6th, I think, now.
Here comes Emily Miller, number 1 in the world. Number 1 in the average, number 3 in the world. And she does make a horse change.
Yeah, a little horse change in the middle of the week here.
Yeah,
she's number 1 in the average still, right, guys?
Yeah,
so she's
number 1.
probably just thinking, go make good runs. Here we go. All right, used to seeing her on the gray. This is the yellow. About the first barrel. All the way around the second. Ooh, she's hiked the leg up a little bit both times. Drive her into this third. Good solid run right here.
What's the clock say? 13.94.
Going to be a little bit long probably tonight, but a good solid run.
That's what we're talking about off the top of the show. Leave the barrels up when you're in that top spot. Jessica Rotier, she's had some fast runs this week.
Yeah, she has. You don't want to underestimate this little horse she has called Misty. This horse can smoke a run at any time. All right, around the second barrel, good forward momentum. She just doesn't lose any time in the turns. Around that third, it was tight. Boy, they are shutting it down on that third. 13.72. Puts her at what? Second, I think.
Second place. Yeah.
Great run for Jessica.
Boy, if she didn't have a down barrel, she'd be right there in the middle of it.
She sure would.
Great run tonight.
Donna K. Rule.
Another horse change. Donna K., here we go.
She won round 2, time at 13.65.
Now, that first barrel is so hard to read. It's just almost hidden when you come down that alley. And when you're running fast, it seems like it shows up right now. 14.36 tonight.
Boy, Haley Kinsel, she's got the lead, 13.60. She wanted to dominate that conversation about the World Championship. She's trying to go back to back. Here comes Erica Nelson.
All right, Erica, Friday, and just comes back over the top of that first barrel. Of course, after the first barrel, the second barrel goes down, but boy, you gotta make a great turn on the first barrel to set your second barrel up, and everything kind of fell apart there. 10 seconds. That's too bad. She'll pick up 10 seconds of penalty.
Ivy Conrado Sabins next to go. Boy, what's the mindset here, guys? She's next to last, but she's number 2 in the average.
Yeah, she's won about 70,000, I think, so just go make your run. Let J-Lo do what she does. And jockey her off the barrels. Great job right there, Ivy. Gonna set up for the second. Keep her up and around. Don't let her drop in. One more good turn, and she does a good job of putting her in the right spot tonight at the right time. Look, she's going to run 13.83. Second to the last girl on the ground tonight.
Yeah,
there we go.
place
That's
for
how
her.
it's supposed to be.
Here
And look who's last.
Yeah. Amberly and Paige have proven that they can win anywhere. First, 15th, just a chip and a chair, that's all they need.
Yeah, she's right at 115,000 right now. And Paige, wow! Oh, I was going to say, if she gets rid of that first barrel, and you can see it was going to be tight. You have to be so aggressive. You cannot coast through a run And you sure can't coast on bait. She will absolutely suck one up.
How about Butch, the last two girls were going to get money on the ground tonight?
Yeah.
Man.
Good job on that, but too bad to get that 5-second penalty. Look how tight that was. I mean, she was trying to get her around it.
Yeah, she would have been third place for that time. So Haley Kinsel, the reigning world champion, right back in the mix of things. Results brought to you by Justin Boots. Want to run 1360 to get the win. She's trying to climb up in that average, get a little bigger average check. Well, they've set the barrels as we get ready for barrel racing. Keep in mind Nellie Miller, who came here #1 in the world. She'll be the second cowgirl out. She's third in the average. She is fourth in the world standings. It is a big run for her tonight. She's in the driver's seat, but that's spot in the draw. Cinder Rose will be the first cowgirl out. Haley Kinsel last night. Man, she made a move, but keep in mind she also hit her knee on the victory lap. I don't think she's going to be a little bit sore tonight. So Joe Beaver joins us. Cinder Rose is going to be the first cowgirl to work.
Yeah, you think you survived the barrels, Butch, but the game gets you. That's bad.
Yeah, you survive this, and then you get it on the flag horse. All right, Lucinda Rose, top of the ground. Here's her big chance. She's won nearly 28,000, so she's been doing well. Gets around that third and final barrel, a real deal, and this looks quick. Lucinda gets out there, 13.76. That's awesome.
That didn't just look fast. That was fast.
Pace, huh?
Here comes Nellie. Great chance for her.
Yeah, Jeff, she's trying to get her to climb up there and get a chance to that gold buckle. Ooh, she got a barrel right there. Barrel down, 5-second penalty. That's going to hurt.
Yeah, she was third in the average. That's a killer right there.
Man, 14.22 with a barrel down. You know, you don't see Sister very often get a barrel.
No,
You
from
can
all
see
the
right
horses.
there, just drops in a little bit early, gets it, and has to go around it.
Haley Kinsel, sixth in the average, #1 in the world standings, and she's got a sore knee, but I'm telling you, she's firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, I don't think that sore knee's going to hurt her. That looked good. She and Sister. She's won 236,000 already this year. Gets around the third barrel. Nicks it, but it doesn't matter. Watch this now. Oh,
Wow,
man.
there you go.
In front of the weight. 13.54.
Last year world champion Butch, because that horse is bad.
And keep in mind, she has the arena record here, 13:11. That's ridiculous. But that 13:54 is the fastest time of the week. And here comes Lisa Lockhart on Louis.
Oh, dear. She got the old man out. You bet. He says, no, do this. One more turn at the third, and let me run home and see what happens.
I love that horse.
I got to run over the 10. Get you clucked tonight. Oh, 14.04.
What? He's such a rock star, that horse. Oh, man. He has a fan club all his own.
Yes, he does.
I'm in it. Here comes Shanley Lord. Fourth in the average. That's a good check. That's 31,000 plus.
Well, he only got a barrel down.
Yeah, that's right. So that's a clean run. She moves up. There's only 5 ladies that have clean runs right now, and Nellie was one of them.
Yep.
All right, Shaylee on Can Man, and she's such a good jockey. She can ride so well. Good turn on her first barrel. I love this stallion. There's 2 stallions here. This is one of them. Can Man gets around the third and final turn. It's a horse race down the alley. 13.75. That's a heck of a run. Puts her in second.
Second best.
He gets better as the week goes on.
Yeah.
It's a great name for a barrel horse, too. Can Man. 2-time world champ. Brittany Tenazi ready to go.
Yeah, but it's a kind of slow week. She needs to get it turned up right here. A 5 and 2 sevens are on the board. All right, down to the first barrel. Gets a good first barrel tonight. Jockey's across to that second. 2 are down. She needs to be leaving the third barrel right around 9, 9, or 10. And she does tonight. This could be the run she's been looking for. 13.73 to second.
Second best for her.
Tight round after first.
She's hanging in on the average, too. Stevie Hillman. Not her usual Wrangler NFR.
No, she struggled a little bit. Coming in on Sharpie, though. And this little horse can absolutely fly. And it looks like a very tough round. Everybody's running good. What a second barrel. You can see that. Centrifugal force. Gosh, she just got the third. Couldn't get around it. Look at the time that she left home. That is crazy.
Well, you hate to see a 13.62.
Look at
Go
that
out the
though.
window.
You know, and you can tell the way she rode now. She got up over her saddle. He was shutting her down right there, coming in there early. She could not
second place tonight. Nope, 13.78 goes to fifth. Wow, how tight is this, guys? Second, 73, 75, 76, and 78.
Doesn't get any tighter than that, does it? Jessica Rozier next to go, 7th in the average, 8th in the world. Boy, she's been fast lately.
Good turn on that first barrel. She and Missy, I love this little yellow horse. I mean, lots of forward momentum, never quits running, really quick straight lines, and it's a straight line out of here.
How
That's a
about
great
that?
run, 13.57.
Boy, what round down is she being those drivers?
Yeah, I'll say, moves her to second.
Man, that was spectacular as Donna K. Rule gets ready to go.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier, Jeff. Here we go, Fowler.
Horse of the year.
Yeah. All right, she's sitting even down there around Duncan to the first barrel. Here we go. Donna Kay got the first barrel down tonight. All the way across second. Ground's holding. Here we go. Third barrel, one more turn, and he gets it coming in. You can see him coming in that third. He dropped down, measured it off, and knocked it out at 13.72. Coming to that third, right about there, you can see he just kind of quit and dropped in, and he got it going in.
Erica Nelson, full speed ahead.
Yeah, and if you think it's easy, try to ride one of these great horses. Any one of these top 15 are amazing, and she's going to nick the second one and get a 5-second penalty. Hustles out of there. You want to keep running fast because there's going to be money in the average with some penalties. 14.20 plus 5.
Now 13.54, Haley Kinsel, the reigning world champion. She's got the lead in the round. Boy, and here comes Ivy Conrado Savins, number 1 in the average, made about 75 grand.
Yeah, J-Lo and her have really been in sync this week. Ivy's doing a good job jockeying around, not letting her hit a barrel. She's won enough money this week. She gets by, and she might place tonight.
Yeah,
that was a great run. Yeah, if she can get out in time. How about 13.73?
Yeah.
You know, and just positioning herself to win the average and a ton of money.
We're starting to see him clock a little bit better late in that batting.
Yeah, that ground's holding and it's fast.
Amberly Moore, she's won $115,000 over 7 rounds.
Yep, here we go.
Well, if you're Haley Kinsel, you're watching now because Paige can absolutely eat this run up. Gets around the first barrel, gets around the second, take a spot, driver ball, and doesn't do it.
One more jump.
Oh my gosh, well, that was going to be fast too. Lopes out at 13.75.
Wow, the third barrel has just been an issue tonight.
You know what we talk about it, it's right down here on the rope and shoots. And
Yeah.
they've made 7 runs, and they know that where it says Ranger NFR, they know when they see that that barrel's coming.
Boy, it's like running right into a ball.
You're right.
2 barrel races left,
Jennifer
Jennifer Sharp.
Jennifer. Tore up knee and all, you need to win money. Let's go. Gets by the first barrel quite a bit, gonna have to make it up. Goes across the second barrel. No, kicks it down and leave it. Gets it nicked. Not gonna affect anything tonight. We're looking at a 5, and 4-7. How about that tonight, guys? Wow.
It is tough. Last cowgirl, Cheyenne Rimmerly.
All right, Cheyenne. Rocco looked good last night. Bottom of the ground, but it looks like it's holding well. So I don't think that's going to make any issue. We'll see if Cheyenne can get around it. All right, a little wide on that first one, so she needs to tighten the second one up. And she does, though. Kind of gets hung up a little bit in that ground, though. Shoulders into the third. You can see that nose go out to the right. Gives her that shoulder right to the barrel. Oh, man.
The world champion, that picture of that, my buddy.
Oh, man. Look out, huh?
I bet she takes that gate a little wider when she comes out tonight because it got her last night.
Should be wearing knee pads.
For the second consecutive night, Haley Kinsel going to wind up as your go-around winner. Results brought to you by Justin Boots. She came in number 1 in the world standings. Going to add to that lead. We'll see if she moved up just a little bit. All night about how pivotal round number 9 is, especially if you want to win that world championship. Tomorrow night, you got to survive. Jake Brown was really good tonight. 89.5 points for him. Ty Erickson back in that steer wrestling race. That was really something. Caleb and Jr. get the win. Zeke Thurston, a giant step toward winning a second world championship. And Marty Yates, 7 seconds flat. He's won a couple of go-arounds this week. Joe Beaver joins us. Get into barrel racing. And I don't know what to think when you get that gal on the left, the reigning world champion, Haley Kinsel, the top of the ground. Ivy Conrado, number 1 on the average. She's been fun to watch. Amberly is dangerous. Emily dominated the first half of the Wrangler NFR. Boys, we got ourselves a horse
Hey,
race.
Jeff, if you give the top of the ground, you give her the victory lap, probably.
Boy, you would think so. I mean, she's won 2 rounds in a row, 1360 and then 1354 last night, and she is the first to go tonight.
Yeah, this is her great horse sister. Man, oh man, I love watching this mare run. She's 8 years old, so she's right in her prime. You can expect her here many more trips. All right. Haley Kinsel is going to set the pace. She gets around the second barrel, little slip right there. But this mare is deceiving. She can have a slip and still clock. As she comes down the line, 1364 with a couple bobbles and a wide first barrel. Wow, what a horse.
But she may have left the door slightly cracked with that 1364. There comes Lisa Lockhart. She's got Louis one more time.
Cracked him back out.
Love seeing that.
You bet. Second on the ground today. Louis says, turn me loose. I know where I'm going in this building. All right, a good first barrel. All the way across second. He hasn't made, but I think 1, maybe 2 runs this week. Down to the third barrel. She's getting back. She does. Straight home. He knows how to run across that line of clock. What did Louis do? 14-17.
You know, guys, that was Louis' 85th run in this arena.
He's had a lot of success in this arena.
He's been something. Shady Lord, third in the average. Big run for her right here.
You know, I think Butch first through fourth is not what the average. A second, a half, 2.
Yeah, they're tight. They are tight. So Shaylee, here she comes. There's only 4 ladies that haven't hit a barrel. Shaylee's one of them.
Oh,
Can-Man slip. Oh, man. That's not fair.
Oh, he did it again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Golly, that's
Shaylee,
unfortunate right there.
who was third in the average. That's a $50,000 slip right there. Oh, man, I feel bad for her. Nothing she did wrong either. Can-Man just lost a little bit of footing. He came back straight over the barrel.
Been a little slipping so far in this round. Here comes Brittany Posey Tanazi.
Yeah, she's like, what, third in the average, fourth in the average,
Fourth
something
in
like
the
that.
average.
So she's going to want to keep them standing. Because like you said, big check tomorrow. Oh, she gets a barrel, Butch. She couldn't keep him off of it. Man, just open it up. That's going to let Haley move back in the average like she needed it. You know, 14 flat plus 5. 2 back-to-back barrels down, third and fourth in the average.
Stevie Hillman. You know, last night it was barrel number 3 that gave them all fits. Haley Kinsel first out, 1364. Trying to win her 3rd straight round. She got the lead, and that was a serious first barrel right there.
Yeah, you think? Sharpie is smoking tonight. If she get her on this 3rd, and she did tonight. This is a great run. That 7-year-old Gilman just set a pace. 13:53. That's the fastest of the week.
Yes, it is. And that one looked fast. It was not deceptive. It looked fast.
There wasn't any deceiving going on there, was it, guys?
No.
Wow.
Emily Miller, number 2 in the average, number 3 in the world. To get back in that world championship talk, you're going to need to win some go-rounds here. Or at least finish way up high in there.
Yeah, you're right. You know, the 2 girls with barrels down are not really helping her because it's letting people creep back up with a barrel. All right, here we go. Ooh, she gets him on the first barrel. Had a 2-handed across there. All the way across the second. Better tonight. Here we go. One more turn down at the bottom. She gets him pulling around it. It blows off the third quite a bit, but he's running hard out. 1387.
She'll take that.
You bet.
That holds her now first in the average.
3rd place at the moment in the round for her. Jessica Rotier. How fast has this horse been the last few rounds?
Yeah, this mare's impressive. Missy. Here we go, Jessica. Another slip on that first barrel. You can see him trying to drive off their back hocks and just kind of loosen their footing a little. Good second. Oh, and shoulders into the 3rd. So Jessica, she already had a down barrel. She was 6th in the average though, so that'll really hurt her as far as the average is placing. 1904. Boy, it is so hard. These horses, they know what's coming by this 9th round, and they get awfully tough to pick a spot by a barrel.
Donna K. Rule. She's a go-round winner, round number 5.
Okay, Valor's coming in hot at that first barrel now. Get set down that second, because here it comes. This horse is strong and powerful. One more down here. She got him back. Look out, clock. This might be a close challenge. Nope, 1378 goes to 3rd.
Ram clock just kind of holds you in suspense as Erica Nelson gets ready to go. Stevie Hillman, 13:53, fastest time of the week. Haley Kinsel, 13:64.
All right, Erica, horse change tonight. We'll see if it pays off. You can see that horse left barrel first. It is so hard to come in here like that with a horse that hasn't ran in here, and then those first barrels come so quick and you can't see them. They say when you come up that alley, you can't position yourself for the first barrel. It's blind.
Ivy Conrado Sabins, first in the average, won almost 89,000.
Yeah, she just needs to leave them up 2 more times and she'll have a great NFR. This mare looks so solid this week, Jeff.
So pretty. She's climbed from 11th all the way up to 5th in the world.
Yeah, keep her off of them. Don't give her a chance to hit one, Ivy. You see jockeying. Great ride. Great riding tonight.
Well, she just makes it look so easy.
Well, she does. It look $13.97, and all she did, Ivy, was keep her off the barrels and protect that $70,000 win tomorrow night.
She's in the money right now, 5th place. Here comes Amberly Moore.
All right, Amber Lee.
Butch, there ain't no holding up here, Butch.
No, she's hit a few barrels, but when she doesn't hit them, she gets the money. And most of the time, all of it, she gets around the first barrel. So Paige smokes that second barrel. Now keep kicking. Get that spot by the third. Oh, no.
Third barrel got her last night, too.
Oh, it's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dang.
Walks out at $13.99. Wow.
Look at that. You know, she could see her just kind of, she knew it was coming. Almost reached down. No luck.
Jennifer Sharp, full speed ahead.
Down barrel, 5-second penalty. Tore up knee. She's rode awfully good all week with the knee that's messed up. She's going to get by the third one barely. At around where 1387 is winning 4th, people. Hey, remember, Jeff, that's Emily Miller.
You're right.
Race isn't over yet. I mean, it should be, but they're knocking barrels. See that first barrel, she got it coming in, clipped it going in, and every time there's a down barrel, Emily might place. It could be close.
And Emily's just 2/100ths of a second out of first place in that average. Here comes Cheyenne Wimberly.
All right, another horse change and another barrel. 5 seconds, 10 seconds, but once you get 5, especially for Cheyenne, boy, this little horse looks fast. Couldn't get by the barrels. 13.68 and low out. Holy mackerel.
Man. Okay, let's send the rows. Here we go. Real deal. Need to cash a check tonight. It's a pretty easy round, really, with 87 winning 4th. Got the first barrel down. Still standing. Did she leave 2? She did. All right, third barrel's down there by us in the chutes. Kicking by. She's got him around it. This could be a check tonight. All the way across the line. Hustle. 1384. That goes to 4th. That bumps him down to 5th.
Boy, here comes Nellie Miller. Bad luck for her last night. Barrel came down, dropped her to 8th in the average.
Yeah, you know, all the horses I would have thought would not hit a barrel, this little mare is one of them. Sister is so perfect. All right, still trying to get a check on the bottom of the ground, and she's around that third barrel at 10 seconds and makes the run at 13.79. That's a heck of a run, folks.
Yeah, 4th place for her. So a good bounce back right there for Nellie Miller. Stevie Hillman, lightning in a bottle tonight, 13.53 for her. Haley Kinsel, she won 2 rounds in a row, but she winds up second here. So our results brought to you by Justin Boots, and it just gets a little tighter with 1.
Vegas, in a lot of ways, you have to do your job and you have to do it well. So for that reason, you can't worry about it. You just have to trust your horse, trust yourself. There's no slacking off in a run. You know, it has to be perfect. It has to be great. And you have to be happy with whatever you get to do because it's fun to be here.
Back inside the Thomas and Mack Center, round number 10 of the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. Oh yeah, barrel racing. There's look at those Ram World standings. Nellie Miller making money last night, trying to keep this thing interesting all the way down to the end. Haley Kinsel, Emily Miller, they're going to battle it out here. Joe Beaver joins us. Shady Lord, 32,000 in the bank, 7th in the average. Was just fast last night too.
All right. Coming up 7th in average. Can Man, this is one of the 2 stallions that are here. She could have started off on the best footing of the night. Okay. Shaylee around the 2nd. Can Man, I love this big, beautiful stallion around the 3rd. They don't get any prettier than that. Can she clock? You bet. 13.88. That's a good pace to start it off with.
First time she's been here since 2005. Here comes the 2-time world champion, Brittany Posey Tanazi. 13th time she's been here.
Yeah, you know, and both of these ladies had down barrels just night. They were both in great shape in the average. Down barrels last night brings them in for a last time go around check. Maybe the bottom of the average.
Yeah, Brittany's won $2.3 million in her career.
Yeah, there's no telling how much she's won in fraternities and derbies and stuff. So this lady rides a lot of horses. She got horse top goes down in the third barrel. Gets back up, runs out, 14-10.
Boy, that little slip cost her.
Yeah, he was making a nice run, you know, but that's the way it is. Days are good, days are bad.
How about Stevie Hillman's run last night? 13:53, the fastest run we've seen this week, and you can tell from the very beginning, she was after it.
Yeah, she was, and she started from Barstow right there. Flared down that alley, big run, and got the second barrel. So Sharpie gonna pick up 10 seconds. It doesn't matter after that first one.
51,000 for her week.
Absolutely load the pattern.
Yeah, and you're around the barrel.
13:71, Joe.
Had to go around the barrels, Butch, they were in her way.
One for Emily Miller right here. She had all the early momentum. Chongo's been spectacular to watch, but she's cooled off a little bit. Got aggressive again last night. Got to check, and let's see what she does here in round 10.
Yeah, cooled off a little bit and still won 105,000 or something, you know?
Yes.
How about that for the national finals being a payoff? Here we go. Got to the first barrel, got around it. Down, got it with her foot coming around. Down barrels within 5-second penalty.
Boy,
And gonna clock tonight, looks like maybe. Across it in 13, yeah, 65.
Wow.
That was really clocking.
That's a $54,000 5-second penalty.
Golly.
Second in the average.
Watch right there, just barely clipped with her foot coming back over it.
the gold buckle goes in the dirt along with that barrel. Jessica Rotier next to go.
All right, Missy. Good job getting that leg up and out of the way of that barrel. This mare can run.
If she leaves them all standing, this is going to be a time.
It looks fast, doesn't it? You can just see. And she pins her ears and gets out of there at 13:87.
Boy, Butch, she was doing some work to get by that third barrel, too.
She did, didn't
It
she?
looked like she was coming to it.
Takes an early lead.
By 1/100th of a second, Donna K. Rule next to go. Got the AQHA Horse of the Year. She won round 5 with a time of 13:56.
Yeah, he says, turn me loose. Let me go find that first barrel for you. And he comes in like a freight train.
She's won 93,000 this week.
She has. It may not be done if she get about a second. Woo, hang on. He was dropping and turning, eating those barrels up. Look out, clock. This horse runs straight out across that timer and up. 13:89. To third.
That's crazy. 13:87, 13:88, 13:89. 3/100th of a second, separating the top three. That's ridiculous. Here comes Erica Nelson.
All right, Friday and Erica. Been a little quiet this week. Great first barrel. You can see. Just smokes that first one. Good turn on the second. Now, Erica, this might be her best run of the week. Good chance right here. Erica Nelson. 13:89 again.
Just a blip cost her winning first, you know?
I don't know that I've seen that.
That is tight right
Full
there.
100ths of a second. Now separate the top four. How about this horse? Number 1 in the average.
Yeah, here we go, Abby. First barrel down, all the way across the second. Leave me standing, Butch. She's going to be a champion of that.
Yeah, absolutely. $70,000 barrel run.
Smart
right
run.
there. Great run. And they place.
Yeah.
13:86.
How about
You
some
bet.
money? Yeah.
Wow.
And just sealed that average for about 70,000, huh?
Yes.
Smart ride.
Yeah, she didn't even sniff knocking down a barrel right there. She was spot on like on a rail. Amberly Moore, she's had trouble with barrel number 3 in the last couple of rounds.
Yeah, this is her backup horse. This little horse she calls Ducky. And she doesn't give up much ground when she gets on this one either. This mare can run.
Yeah,
13:85.
A barrel down cost her winning to go around on her backup horse. How about that? And you can see right there, just didn't stay up.
I'm not so sure that third barrel didn't cost her about 75,000 plus over the last 3 rounds.
You're right.
Here comes Jennifer Sharp.
Boy, I'd like to see her win some, but she created that knee, that bad knee on that barrel last night. We talked about that. That's got to hurt.
Oh.
Third barrel again. 14-11 plus 5.
One more look at it. That's just grazing it right there.
It is. You know, it is so hard to get a spot, pick past these barrels, these horses. Hey, Fred, 10 knives. You can see Cheyenne Wimberly trying to get Misty up in there.
Actually going the wrong direction.
Yeah, I know. That is dangerous right there. That's scarier than bull riding.
Well, that's a pretty horse right there, too.
Boy, good job. That first barrel. This might be her chance. 2 good turns. Good. Really tight. That works. It's up. Okay, come on, Cheyenne. You earned this one. 13.79. She goes to the lead. Awesome.
Yeah, you can't ask for nothing more than all that grit and try. Look at third barrel. It wasn't hit any different than before, but it didn't decide to go down. New leader.
Right on into Lucinda Rose. 8th in the average.
All right, little average check. Get around the ball and try replacing that go around. Middle of the pack, got a turn. Got a chance tonight. Can she clock out running down all the way up the alley? 13.92 is going to be too long.
Pretty good third barrel sending herself home. Here comes Nellie Miller. 4th in the average, 3rd in the world.
Big run for Nellie and sister right here. Nellie came in #1 in the world. I don't think she can catch Haley McCoy. Solid in the average, a good solid run right here. It'd be a big check both ways. She gets ran all 3 clean, can hold that 4th place position at 14 and 6 100.
Now to Haley Kitzel. She had issues early, you know, and you just can't write this gal off. If she can win so much money, 3rd in the average, 1 in the world, she's won $134,000.
Oh,
And gets a
barrel
barrel.
down.
Wow, that's a game
Barrel
changer.
down. That could be right there. It's just 1 barrel down, but it's going to knock her down that average punch and no money in the go around.
I know, but I think Emily.
Her barrel down is going to cost
She hit a
her.
barrel
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Oh,
If Emily could left that watch, she was trying to keep her off of it. She just got inside and got it.
So that's going to thicken the plot just a little bit here in round number 10. Here comes Lisa Lockhart.
Lisa, good chance, comes in 6th. The average, good chance to move up. Back on cutter tonight. She rode Louis the last couple nights. Louis has Lee Granny's 85th run in this arena. What a great horse. What a great horseman right here. 13.71. That's a great horseman. Holy cow.
Wow, the
How
last
about
to
a
go.
round, man?
The last to go. And Lisa Lockhart's going to win the round.
She is something else. Wow.
So much fun. It's great to see Louis, too, by the way. I love that horse.
Yeah, you do.
So when it's all said and done, Emily Miller knocks down a barrel. And that really kind of opened everything up. And then Haley Kitzel knocks down a barrel, but it doesn't matter. We're doing the final calculating. Results brought to you by Justin Boots. And I don't think our world champion's on there in terms of the top 6, but Haley Kitzel, the world champ. Boy, she rallied at this year's Wrangler NFR. She has now won back-to-back world titles.